So, Mr. Linda, what made you want to do a Torn Heart 2?
Okay, so the only reason why I was compelled to do a Torn Heart 2 was because my mother, who is my biggest fan, she called and she saw the ending. And apparently to her, I left some sort of cliffhanger. And she asked me, what was gonna happen to these two women, girl? And I was like, I don't know. I mean, because I definitely didn't want to do a part two. I had just finished part one, so it was like, there you guys have it. But then after we started getting feedback from everybody who had watched part one, it was clear that the fans was not having it. They definitely wanted a part two. So it was birthed. So you guys are definitely getting a part two.
Have you always done movies?
No, I haven't always done movies. I started out doing stage plays, and they were very successful. That's where I grew my fan base. My fan base is no longer just local, it's all over the world. I have a YouTube channel that does very well, and you can see some of my previous plays right on that channel, Delinda K Productions. So, no, I started off doing stage plays. I feel that stage plays just does something to people. They absolutely love them. And for those who have never experienced a stage play, you are totally missing out, especially a live performance. That's where it was really birthed. Movies was birthed after we got struck with COVID. So I definitely want to still give my fans something. So therefore, everyone was saying, do a movie. And I'm like, oh, here we go. So that's kind of like how that happened. And I've done my first movie. And I'm proud of it.
What is going to shock or even make your fans want more from you?
The viewers are going to be, first of all, the way the movie comes on, it's going to captivate people. It's going to grab you as soon as it starts, as soon as it starts rolling, it's going to definitely captivate people. The people who've seen part one are going to be taken back. They're going to be like, what's happening here? The characters are all over the place in part two, but it's going to definitely grab the audience. The audience are going to love. They're going to absolutely love part two. If you've seen part one, you're going to love part two. And it's kind of hard to follow up behind something that's good, and then you have the sequel and it has to be as good as the first one, because then it doesn't work. But I think part two and what the fans are wanting to see with the characters, they're just gonna fall in love with part two. They're gonna absolutely love it.
What is one thing that is different about the movie as a whole?
I think in this particular film, I wanted to really shine the light on music. I wrote a lot of music, and I got an awesome singer to sing. Majority of the songs was done by a really good friend of mine. Awesome. And I'll drop his information below if you ever need a song. But anyway, he is just a very talented young man. But I wanted to definitely use music because music tells a story. And I know for a fact that they could take a Torn Heart 2 with them wherever they go. When they hear these songs that are going to be in that movie, they're going to know, oh, well, that came from a Torn Heart 2. Or, oh my God, I love this song. And they're going to always think about a Torn Heart 2. It's going to take them back to the movie. And hopefully it'll take them back to the message that I'm trying to bring in the movie. So what's different about the movie in a whole is definitely the music that's going to be in the film, because it's very inspiring. It's very uplifting. I wanted to make sure that the music told a story as well. So that's why I teamed up with some great producers, great singers, and I was able to create a wonderful soundtrack for A Torn Heart 2. So the fans are going to be able to stream the CD. I'm sorry, not the CD. Well, some people will get CDs because everybody ain't into streaming yet. So I still have my fans that are requesting CDs. But you will be able to stream, and you will be able to take A Torn Heart 2 with you wherever you go. So very important in this movie was the music. Also, they're going to see a different in all the characters, where I think mostly the shockness is going to the state of shock will come from Dylan. What are you doing? Like, they're going to be so shocked about this movie because of what I've done in it. It's kind of something I normally wouldn't do to this extreme, but I think they will appreciate it. Absolutely.
When did you first start writing?
I started writing when I was young. Very young. I used to play outside a lot when I was a kid. And, outside, I was hanging off the tree limbs. I was climbing trees. I got my legs stuck in a tree. But while I was playing by myself, running around in the yard and stuff like that, or when I was walking through the house, I would always talk to myself. But I really wasn't talking to myself. I was actually playing, how soap operas were? They were like so many characters in one. So I would walk around and I would be talking, but I was like being each character. And my mom didn't know what I was talking about, so she would be like, hey, stop talking to yourself. But I really wasn't talking to myself. I was actually playing each character in my head, and I just didn't have a notebook to write these characters down. And I used to always pretend like I was the guy, and I was pretending like I was the woman, and I would tell the whole entire story, and I'm like, that sounded good. And basically, I really took my writing seriously when I was in high school. So, I've been writing for a very long time. And just here recently, I've been doing it for 8 years. So, now everybody gets to see, and I get to share what I've been writing all these years with them.
What are people going to take away from this movie?
I think what people are going to take away from the movie is, of course, the message. And they're going to be able to find some piece of themselves in the movie. The movie has so many messages that you can take with you to help you. I have so many fans that will call me, or they'll inbox me, they'll text me, and they'll tell me how the movie helped them or how the play helped them. And some of them will share stories with me, and I appreciate every bit of that, So I definitely think that what they will take away from this movie is basically, I don't care how low you go. Jesus, God will pick you up. It doesn't matter. And I think that they will be able to take advice, and good advice, inspirational advice, inspirational encouragement. They'll be able to take all that with them after they watch this movie. So this movie is definitely going to touch the lives of a lot of people.
How are the actors and actresses challenged in the making of A Torn Heart 2?
The actors were challenged a lot. I took them there. I wrote stuff that I kept asking them, are you okay? Are you okay to do this? Do you want to do this part? Are you okay with this? So they were challenged. Ultimately, it was just, let me just say, Reese was challenged the most because she is coming out of her comfort zone. So I noticed when we're shooting, she's kind of standoffish because I guess she's getting in her mode. But Reese is definitely, I feel like, the most challenged character and actress. But she does a phenomenal job. And I'm just pleased to have her, be able to bring Reese's character to life the way that she has. I think people actually call her Reese. They don't even call her by her real name, Cynthia. That's so funny. But she does a really good job when she acts. So I think all the actors are challenged separately, different ways in this movie, but they all bring it to life. So I'm proud of all of them.
So, you're also acting in this movie as well. What character, or should I say characters, are you playing?
I'm on Jenny. I'm on Jenny. Mon Jenny, oh gosh. So there's characters, Mon Jenny, Sue Ellen, who is much older but is Mon Jenny's best friend. She tells everybody's business. And then there's her sister Hazel, who is very bougie, and she loves to play lottery. She loves men. So I play those three characters. I try to bring some comic relief to the storyline, because sometimes it's okay to watch a serious movie, but every once in a while it's good to have comic relief, because you can't keep taking all that drama and you can't laugh at least. So I wanted to make sure that I did break it up and give you some kind of comedy. So yes, I bring Mon Jenny to the forefront. Mon Jenny is, everybody wants to know who Mon Jenny is. Mon Jenny, honestly, if you know my mom, my real mom, Miss Caroline, she's Mon Jenny. Okay, behind the scenes, y'all would never know that, but she's hilarious. If you've ever been around my mother, she be having you laughing, because she's from the country and my mom is hilarious. So it's actually, Mon Jenny is my mom and my father all in one. So when you see Mon Jenny come to life, that's my mom and my dad mixed together. Funny, because they're both comedians. So they're both put together. So that's who Mon Jenny is. So she was, oh gosh, Mon Jenny is a trip. You're going to love her in the movie, trust me. Her and Sue Ellen, who with the snuff, oh god, yeah. So I play those three characters. I absolutely love playing those three characters. It's so fun to do that.
Why should people watch this movie?
People should watch this movie because it's something for everybody in it. I mean, everybody will enjoy it. Everybody. It talks about a lot of deep issues that are in everybody's community. White, black, no matter what race you are, you're dealing with a lot of these issues that's in this movie. So I feel like everybody should watch it, because you just never know what this movie can do for you. There's something in there for you. So I feel like that this movie will touch the hearts of everybody in the world. All we need to do is share it. When you watch it, make sure you share it. For the people who don't have access to the internet, help them with their smartphones, and try to send a link to them so they can watch this movie, because it needs to be shown to everybody, because it's a strong message in it. And we worked really hard to bring this movie to the forefront. We had a lot of fun doing it. I pushed these actors and actresses. I pushed them. I mean, they know I did, and they not all that happy about it. But we have a great time. I love my crew. I love my production team. I don't know what I would do without them. I just absolutely love all my actors and actresses that are as a part of Delinda K Productions. And we work really hard to bring this movie to you. So everybody should come out and watch this absolute wonderful movie. Follow up to A Torn Heart. The sequel is even better, so you have got to plan to watch it.
Okay. What are you working on now? What is next for Delinda K Productions?
That's none of your business. I can't tell you, but I just want you to know that Delinda K Productions is here, and we not playing. My team is an awesome team, and we got so much up our sleeve. Y'all are just not ready. We're just excited for what God is doing and the next level He's taking us to. So the sky's the limit for Delinda K Productions. We're bringing it.
How can fans or new fans follow you for more of your projects?
I'm on all the social media platforms: YouTube, Delinda K Productions, Instagram, Delinda K Official. Facebook is Delinda K. Then you can also find me on another page on Facebook, Delinda K Productions. Majority of it is Delinda K Productions. That's the name. So if you look up Delinda K, Delinda Kay, you will find me, and you can follow me, and make sure you share some of my stuff. Listen, y'all, we are working hard to put out positive messages. That's all we're doing. We're trying to put out positive messages. sometimes when I hop on social media, I see where people share all this bad stuff. It's time for us to start sharing positive messages. So when you see my movie come across that screen, please share it. It don't take but 2 seconds to share my movie. Stay tuned because of course it's going to drop soon. So you don't want to miss it. So make sure you follow me on my social media pages because once that link drops, you don't want to miss it, okay? So make sure you guys tune in for A Torn Heart 2 because we're bringing it to you.
I love you. You mean so much to